Greetings, boys and ghouls and friends beyond the binary. I'm your instructor, Dr. Jeanette Laredo. A little bit about me. I'm the coordinator of academic support services here at Trinity River, and I also teach courses like this online for Connect. I got my doctorate in English with a focus in Gothic literature at the University of North Texas. I like dead things, as you can probably guess. I specifically like creating artwork with bones, and I'm hoping to dabble in taxidermy if I can convince my partner to allow me to keep raw materials in the fridge. Fingers crossed. So my creative type is the adventurer, so this means I have a lot of energy, and if I'm not working on something creative, I can easily become frustrated and depressed. But I can also become overwhelmed and anxious if I'm taking on too many projects, which is basically all the time. I've been anxious and weird for as long as I remember. As a kid growing up, I was raised on a steady diet of spooky TV shows and books like Are You Afraid of the Dark, Goosebumps, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and Unsolved Mysteries. So, of course, I believed that serial killers and vampires lurked around every corner. But despite my anxiety, or maybe even because of it, I was always drawn to the dark, and specifically the Gothic, before I even knew what it was. So, what is the Gothic, and why does it matter to you as a college student at TCC? So, the Gothic is a genre that's really concerned with the relationship between the past and the present. So the secrets, mistakes, and traumas of the past erupt violently into the present, usually in the form of something supernatural, like a zombie, a werewolf, or something undead. And they create feelings of distress, of despair, and confusion. And these feelings plague the Gothic protagonist, and they're dealing with PTSD and memory loss, and they're trying to make sense of their traumatic experience. And as somebody who is a survivor of trauma, I'm keenly aware of how the past can shape our perception of the present. So that's why I think it's really important that we study and understand what scares us. So studying the Gothic can really allow us to understand our fears and prevent people, organizations, and governments from using those fears to manipulate our beliefs, our actions, and even our votes. So this class is going to be organized into weekly modules where we plot the evolution of the Gothic genre from its inception to the present day, and specifically we'll be looking at how authors in different time periods used the Gothic to explore the anxieties of their time. So to start, we will explore the political upheavals of the 1700s and the social terror that gave birth to this genre in Britain, and then how women used the Gothic to express the horrors of the patriarchy and restrictive gender roles. Then we'll take a look at how fears of reverse imperialism and industrialization shaped Victorian Gothic works, and then we'll move across the pond to America and talk about how America's traumatic past of slavery and puritanical religious beliefs created new types of Gothic storytelling. We'll look then into how the ravages of World War I influenced the expressionist Gothic films of the 1920s. And finally, we'll take a look at how those tropes entered into popular television shows. So a couple of things to help you in the course. You want to download the syllabus and the course calendar and print them out. That way you have easy access to the course assignments and when they're due. You can access all course material through lessons. And if you have any questions about any of this material, you can always join us in the group chat where you can text me and your fellow students or via email. I look forward to jumping in to the genre next week. Until then, stay spooky.